Welcome back to Season 2 of Procurement Unplugged, powered by Zycus. I'm Marquis, your host, and I have a very special guest today here. She's a procurement expert with a passion for emerging technologies. Kim, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Marquis. Great to be here.
So today we're diving into, this topic that's been creating a lot of buzz in procurement lately.
Yeah.
A lot of buzz.
Yeah.
Agentic AI. Now, you've been exploring this for a while now, and I know a lot of our listeners are, they're curious. What is it? And how is this different? I mean, we're seeing AI tools like chatbots and copilots already. So how is it different from those? Can you break it down for us? What is agentic AI?
Absolutely. The easiest way to understand agentic AI is to think about what it does differently. So
Yeah.
unlike chatbots or copilots that, respond to a prompt and assist you with a task, agentic AI actually takes action. It takes action on its own to achieve a specific goal.
Okay. So let's unpack that a little bit. So instead of just giving me information or helping me to complete a step, agentic AI would actually take over the entire process.
Yeah, that's the idea. Think
Right.
about it this way. With traditional AI, it's like using Google Maps to get somewhere, right? It gives you the directions, but you still have to drive yourself. Agentic AI is more like having a self-driving car. You just tell it where you want to go, and it figures out the best route and gets you there. Handles all the steps along the way.
Okay, that's a great analogy. So how does this actually play out in procurement? I mean, what's a real-world example of agentic AI in action?
Sure. So let's take tailspin negotiations. Procurement teams are always grappling with this.
Yeah.
It's super time consuming. A lot of back and forth with suppliers, right? So an agentic AI agent could be programmed with your company's negotiation guidelines and then handle that entire process autonomously. So it would analyze supplier proposals, identify areas for savings, and negotiate the best possible terms, all without constant human intervention.
So instead of just helping me analyze a contract or draft a response, agentic AI could actually negotiate the whole contract for me. That sounds pretty revolutionary.
Yeah, it is. And that's just one example, right? There are so many potential applications for agentic AI in procurement, from automating supplier onboarding to managing risk assessments. Like, there's so much potential.
Yeah, I'm starting to see how this could be a real game changer. But I imagine there are some challenges to overcome as well, right?
Of course. One of the biggest challenges is ensuring that these AI agents are aligned with your organization's goals and values. You really need to have clear guidelines and controls in place to make sure that the AI is making decisions that are in the best interest of the company.
Makes sense. You wouldn't want the AI going rogue and cutting deals that aren't beneficial in the long run.
Exactly. And then there's also the data aspect. Agentic AI relies on data to learn and make decisions, so you need to make sure you're feeding it with high quality, accurate data. Otherwise, you know what they say, garbage in, garbage out.
Yeah, garbage in, garbage out. So data quality is key.
Absolutely. And then you also have to consider change management, right? Implementing any new technology can be disruptive. It's important to bring your team along on the journey, provide training, address concerns, and make sure everyone understands the benefits and the potential of agentic AI.
That's really insightful, Kim. I think our listeners are starting to get a good grasp of what agentic AI is and how it can transform procurement.
I hope so.
But before we move on, I want to touch on something you mentioned earlier. You said that unlike chatbots or copilots, agentic AI actually takes action.
Right.
Can you elaborate on that a bit? What does it mean for AI to take action in procurement?
It means the AI is executing tasks and making decisions, not just providing information or assisting, right? Think about the tailspin negotiation example again. A chatbot might be able to help you analyze supplier proposals, identify potential savings, but it wouldn't be able to negotiate the contract for you. An agentic AI agent, though, could be programmed with your company's negotiation parameters and then handle the entire process from start to finish without human intervention.
So it's about moving beyond just asking AI for help to having AI that actually gets the job done.
Exactly. And that's a fundamental shift in how we think about AI in procurement.
I'm really curious to hear more about how this is playing out in the real world. Are there companies already using agentic AI in their procurement operations?
Absolutely. There are a number of companies, including Zycus, that are developing and deploying agentic AI solutions specifically for procurement. For example, Zycus has this platform, it's called Merlin, that offers pre-built autonomous agents for a variety of procurement tasks.
Yeah, I've heard great things about Merlin. It seems like they're really pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI in procurement. Can you tell us more about the practical benefits? What can procurement teams expect by adopting agentic AI?
Yeah, one of the most significant benefits is increased efficiency. Agentic AI can automate a lot of these really time-consuming and repetitive tasks that, just bog down procurement teams. And that frees up valuable time for procurement professionals to focus on more strategic initiatives, things like supplier relationship management or market analysis, the stuff that really matters.
That makes sense. Instead of getting bogged down in all that administrative work, procurement teams can really focus on activities that drive value, real value for the organization.
Exactly. And, that ties into another key benefit, improved accuracy and compliance. Because agentic AI operates based on predefined rules and parameters, it can actually help reduce human error and ensure that procurement processes are followed consistently.
So it's not just about speed, but it's also about eliminating those costly mistakes that can happen, when humans are handling these complex processes manually.
Precisely. And by improving accuracy and compliance, agentic AI can also, help mitigate risk. It can mitigate risk for the organization.
That's a crucial point, especially these days.
Yeah.
Risk management is top of mind for so many companies.
Oh, absolutely. And another significant benefit is cost optimization. By automating tasks and streamlining processes, agentic AI can help organizations reduce procurement costs. So, for instance, like an agent that negotiates tail spend, that could identify savings that a human negotiator might have missed.
That's really interesting. So it's not just about cutting costs through automation, but it's also about leveraging AI's analytical capabilities,
Mm,
like using AI to find savings opportunities that humans might overlook.
that's right. And finally, agentic AI can contribute to better decision-making in procurement. It can analyze these massive amounts of data and identify patterns and trends. It can provide really valuable insights to help you make those strategic sourcing decisions.
So it sounds like agentic AI really has the potential to impact procurement across multiple dimensions. You know, efficiency, accuracy, risk management, cost savings, and even strategic decision-making.
It really does. It's a powerful tool that can help procurement organizations become much more agile, more effective, and much more strategic.
But before we wrap up, I'd like to get your thoughts on the bigger picture. How do you see agentic AI shaping the future of procurement?
Well, I believe that agentic AI will fundamentally change the role of procurement. You know, it will free up those procurement professionals from those really tedious manual tasks and allow them to focus on more strategic value-adding activities.
So it's not about replacing those human procurement professionals. It's about empowering them, right? Empowering them to do their best work.
Exactly. Procurement professionals will become more like strategic advisors, leveraging those AI insights to guide those sourcing decisions, manage supplier relationships, and really drive innovation.
That's a very optimistic vision of the future.
I think it's a realistic one. Agentic AI is powerful, and as it continues to evolve, it's going to unlock some incredible opportunities for procurement organizations.
I'm excited to see how this technology develops over the next few years.
Me too.
Well, Kim, this has been a fascinating discussion. Thank you so much for sharing your expertise with our listeners.
It was my pleasure, Marquis. Thanks for having me.
And to our listeners, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Procurement Unplugged, powered by Zycus. We'll be back next week with another deep dive into the world of procurement. Until then, keep learning, keep innovating, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.